Hello guys, and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today's video we actually have an update, a banner, and a couple of events, so let's go ahead and talk about it. So first of all, where can we start? So as you can see, we're on the first. Now we can just go from here. So pretty much in this case, on the next week, we're gonna have another battle ranking. It's the Divided Hybrid. Nothing so crazy, we'll just have to wait until the next week. As you can see, Ice Element is what it's about, so for people who actually has Ice Element, be prepared here. We have a new story, pretty much as you can see, there's a campaign side story, which is the first soldier. Pretty much I believe, for what I'm seeing from Glenn, is that they deserted. As you can see, I believe that from the previous, the first chapter of the first soldier, we get to see Matt, Lucia, and Glenn failing in his mission with Sephiroth. So pretty much I believe they were called out and they said, hey, you know what, you're out of here, or something could have happened that they actually were deserters. So as you can see, this is a new event. You get 280 draws, which is 28 days, so you can be pulling for this banner. If you log in, you get rewards such as 750 blue crystals, mithril ignots. You get to clear the mission panels. You also get a limited wallpaper and a first soldier size support guild medal for 80%. I'm sorry, 80, which means I think that you'll be able to get any kind of skin from the first soldier side story. Other 50% of more rewards for summoning, which that's fine. The event, which we're going to talk about in a bit, as you can see, nothing so crazy over there. We got an escalation challenge, which is the Galleon Boar. We're going to talk about that later on. And then we got a couple of other things, as you can see. We also got another banner. We also got a summon stream expanded. And what is this? Support gear medals. As for October 1st, the first soldier side story support gear medal has been added. With this addition of the medal, the location of exchanging 11 million DL gears medals has been merged into the gear medal exchange. Oh, okay. And we get the stamp cards from October the 1st, 8, 15, and 22. We're gonna check that later on. Okay, let's go with the events. So we got this new event, as you can see. Oh, so I think we're gonna be expecting a Lucia banner later on, huh? Well, I have to save then. So let's go ahead and talk about what we actually got here. As you can see, it's just a side quest. And we also got a Memoria, which the Memoria here provides maximum ATB increase, earth potency up, physical and magical potency up versus quadrupeds. Interesting here. Just completed, you get blue crystals along the way. You also get blue crystals for over here from the solo, and then we got the story. This is actually a foreshadowing since Rufus is here. But yeah, I think that they already spoiled us the skins. So we got Lucia, we got Glenn, and we got Matt over here. So I have to say blue crystals for Lucia skin. I really like the Lucia skin. I don't know. I always like the Lucia skins over here. Here we have to check that later on because it says we have to clear this, which if I go directly to solo, it's okay. Earth damage is the best that you can do. So I believe it's just earth damage as far as I know. So just complete the escalation challenge, very easy, just complete it. As far as you actually go into the escalation thing, you just complete it, you get blue crystals along the way. You also get medals, so that way those medals can be exchanged for where is it? It should be is it over here? No, this is not the one. Sometimes I forget those kind of things. Where is it? I don't think it's this one. It's medal exchange, I believe. Yeah, there you go. The escalation challenge. Just pull. You actually get the premium draw tickets. Is this new? Because I don't. This is actually kind of new. Never seen those rose medals. I actually got one rose or wizard staff here, so it's kind of weird that we get those. How did I didn't see those? But yeah, that's pretty much what you get. Oh, and this is for you to actually get the new skin for Glenn, huh? In the gear medal exchange. Okay. So this is actually the skins that you can actually get here from the first soldier side story medal. So as you can see, we got the scarp armor. I think it was from the first. It was one of the first skins that it was released, for what I remember. Citric dress, which is actually the skin for Aerith. This was from last year. Magic ward, magic ability mastery, which is good. Shinobi Hawk, this is for Yuffie. Pretty much it provides physical ability potency. Earthblade Arcanum, which gives you power for earth damage. Glacier armor, I believe this is actually for ice. And then we got the Dark Tire, which provides magic ward and Earthblade Arcanum. The rest of it is just like pieces of your of a weapon if you want to increase. Mithril Ignots, well, you get what you need to do. Obviously, if you want to go for the skins or anything like that, you just need to pull for the banner, and that's pretty much it. I think there's nothing else that I have to talk about the event. Now, I think that the story that I mentioned before, it's in regards about the event. Yeah, it's a seasonal story, so we don't have any story from here, as you can see. So pretty much the story is the seasonal story. You may want to pay a little bit of attention about that. By the way, there is a new season pass, or a battle pass over here, which includes a wallpaper for Aerith and Yuffie, which it's not a canon one, so I'm not interested in that. So for $13 you purchase it, you know, pretty much the good stuff. Last and whatsoever, let's talk about the banner. So for the banner, as you can see, only Wednesdays. We're just gonna pull once. Pull for every single day, no worries about that. Pretty much the cool stuff, nothing that we actually need to handle or anything like that. So I'm gonna skip the animation, nothing so crazy about this one. It's just a free pull, so I don't expect much for those banners. It's pretty much from the wish list, so pretty much good to go from there. Now let's go with the, I think it's the limit, no, it's a special one. Oh, we also, wait, no, we don't have a special one for that. I think it's the feature one, which is kind of interesting because the feature ones are the ones that you don't even require. They're not limit breaker banners, so the weapons will return later on. And if you actually pull for this, you get the new weapon. But what's the difference if you actually apply money on this one? Like the new skin is for Glenn, that's for sure. Then I believe we're gonna have one for Lucia and then one for Matt. So if you're looking for those skins, then we're gonna have to check about that. So the only thing that I'm curious about is what's the difference between this and this one? Like it's just like 500, or it's because of the stamps. Let me check about the stamps. Yeah, it's because of the stamps as far as I know. So if you use, this is pay to win actually. So if you actually use real money, the red crystals, you're actually getting more 5-star weapons here. Ignots, the exchange voucher, which you can exchange it for any Desperado gear exchange. I think it's the same one for this one, right? Yeah, it's the same one for this one. The only difference is that instead of like getting the weapon itself, you're getting just the gears, which it's fine. I think it's fine. But if you really want more benefits, like the weapons and the Ignots, then pretty much that's the reason why. Which is kind of stupid. I'm gonna say it. It's kind of stupid. You're getting more weapons over here, but this one is just like, oh, whatever. It's just the weapon and then a couple of like medals that I can actually exchange. So that's the difference. I think this one is just for more benefits and more rewards, but I don't feel it very good. Let's talk about the skin itself. And we also have a new ultimate weapon for Angeal. So skin pretty much looks like a deserter skin, so nothing to say over there. Very, very good. Looks like he's like from a fugitive. He does have a little bit of scars, some kind of like, you know, that he's dirty, but I understand. He's a fugitive from Shinra, so makes sense. Now the weapon itself, Desperado Glaive, Rock Crusher, deals 390 physical earth damage for a single enemy. Also physical attack is decreased when the HP is 70% or more, earth resistance is decreased, and you also gain a Veil, which is a defense for your characters. For Glenn itself, Boost HP, boost physical defense, physical, and sigil boost. Nothing else than a weapon for a tank. And let's go with the skin, which is Desperado Mantle. Provides boost physical defense for all allies for 15 points, which 15 points equals to 20% of physical defense for all of your allies, and you get Rebel's Passion. When granting physical attack down, max pot tier +1. So pretty much you're just lowering the physical attack tier, so that's pretty much it. But I already have a skin for Glenn. I don't know, it's not recent. I did pull for a pirate one, and the pirate one is the one that I'm gonna keep, so I'm not gonna be bullying for this Glenn whatsoever. So remember, you will have another skin for Matt and another skin for Lucia. Pretty much the event already spoiled that, so pretty much you're good to go. And we already have a new rerun banner for Matt, which for people who doesn't know, it's a very good one. I remember I told that it's a very good skin. It reminds me a little bit of, well, I don't know, like a Call of Duty skin. I think I did say that in the previous video. Let's just recap it. Provides magical heal is cast. Theraplatis, by the way, it's the name of the weapon. Also, physical attack is increased, and when the HP is 70% or more, your magic defense is also increased. Boost physical attack for all allies, and buff and debuff extension. Pretty much is just a healer and a buffer for physical attack and magic defense, which is absolutely very good. Lastly, whatsoever, the skin, Reprieve, pretty much you revive, and Dark Knight Mask, heal potency for 10, physical magic defense for 20%. It's a very, very good weapon. It's a very, very good skin. I absolutely, if you like Matt, it is a very good skin. By the way, we still have the skins for Cloud and Sephiroth from the Advent Children, and also we got Tifa, and we also got Yuffie and Sephiroth and young Sephiroth. In case if you're still looking for those skins, you'll be good to go. I actually just pulled for the skin of Tifa, the skin of Cloud, and then I remember doing a one more pull to try to actually get a stamp, but I don't think I want it because I want to save for the Lucia skin. We also got a limit breaker draw that it's going to be over until the 15th of October. This is kind of outdated. I wouldn't recommend you to pull for this one unless if you like the skins. And this one will be over until October 22. This one is going to be over into the next 2 weeks. This one is going to be over into the next 3 weeks, those 3 banners. And this one is going to be over into the next 3 weeks as well. So let's talk about the ultimate weapon for Angeal. The one that now we're missing is Sid. I think that's the only character that we're missing a ultimate weapon. Macro exchange, and let's go with Angeal. There you go. Balmorg. Let's talk about Balmorg. Deals 2k of physical, magical, non-elemental damage for a single enemy. Also, physical resistance is increased for all allies, magic resistance is increased for all allies, and you also get Veil for 50% of your maximum HP for yourself. Yeah, pretty much for Angeal. So pretty much provides physical and magical resistance, and also provides a shield for yourself. Boosts HP, physical defense, and HP gain boost, which, if you actually increase it to the maximum level, which is 25 points, applies HP gain to all allies when the battle begins. Which HP, it's when triggered, restores 8% of the target HP, and you pretty much are getting more HP, so that's pretty much the case. It is a very good weapon for physical and magical resistances, and pretty much it provides a shield for itself. So it's a very, very good weapon for Angeal. I'm not gonna lie, it's a very good one. Besides of that, if you actually have some other things that you want to do here, like 2nd anniversary, 180 to actually do the Ragnarok thing, but I'm not interested in that one. Yeah, I don't even have the Ragnarok thing, so whatever. And the Desperado gear, as you can see, this is for you to actually change it. So once you pull for the banner, you actually need to exchange it, and once you exchange it, you'll be able to actually get the skin itself. So I think that's it. There's nothing else that we need to talk about, so let's go ahead and make a recap. Pretty much the update is very, very quick. It was just like a quick one. So pretty much we're getting, don't forget, on the next week we're getting the Divine Hybrid battle ranking, which we already know what the battle ranking is. You pretty much you do the battle ranking situation and you get like blue crystals along the way, so don't forget about that. We got the side story for the first soldier. As we can see, this is just a seasonal story about what happened to Matt, Glenn, and Lucia when they deserted. Yeah, it's the same as the event, so nothing so crazy about that. Escalation challenge, just complete it. Use your best, well, as you can see, it was earth damage, so use your best earth team damage so you'll be able to get blue crystals, medals, so that way you can exchange it for tickets, and those tickets you can exchange it for free pulls. That's something that you need to know. Gland banner, which we already know, it's a tank, and also it's a debuffer for earth damage. We got the Reawaken It Mat Limit Breaker banner. It is a very good banner. If you want to actually pull it or not, remember it's a Limit Breaker one, so it will not, the weapon will not be on the wish list, alongside with the Avenged Children skins. So pretty much that's the case. Don't forget, you do the events, you get blue crystals, and that's pretty much it. I don't know if it's important to say or not, because I forgot to tell you about the free-to-play weapon for Matt, which is Dragon Tail Sword. Deals 260 magical non-elemental damage, also physical attack is decreased. General attack, boost ability potency, and all the good stuff. So I think that's pretty much it. There's nothing else that I want to talk about. Again, the Lucia skin is so freaking awesome, man. Okay. Schedules for any other gacha games. Well, I'm 50 pulls in Genshin Impact. They're actually giving a lot because of the second anniversary situation. So we're getting 1.6k of Primo Gems there. We're also getting 10 free pulls by just logging in for a week, I think. Or 4 days, if I'm mistaken or not. I may want to pull for Yela and C4. I'm 45, 55, so we'll have to check about that. As long as I pull, we'll be able to get that done. What else? Honkai Star Rail. You already saw, for people who doesn't know, I did pull for Evernight. So I think I'm gonna be saving for Cyrene. I'm trying to pull the Herda in case if I'm getting it, because the Herda is one of the most broken ice characters on the game right now. So I'm trying to pull for her the best I can, of course. Not that I'm using money or anything like that, just for the free pulls that I'm doing. I actually went through 20 pulls, I guess. So if I get the Herda, that's good. If that's not the case, then I think I'm gonna be saving for Cyrene. Sendless on 0. I'm trying to see if I can pull for Evelyn M4. Just to give you a quick reminder for people who haven't seen the live stream. In the next version, we're gonna get 2 new characters, which is Lucia and... yeah, we're also getting another character there called Lucia, so... kind of weird, huh? Which is a goat, which is a support character, and I forgot the name of the other character, but she is a hybrid of a human and a squid. Jihari, I think it's called. I don't remember the name of the character. And we're also getting Kimano, which it got a drama because it's an A character, but you're getting a free skin. It's pretty much a white skin instead of the black skin that Kimano has. So guys, it's an A unit. Like if it's an A unit, getting the M6 is much easier. And you know, pretty much if you have the M6, you get to see almost the character almost naked. So hashtag no homo, because Kimano is a guy. So if I don't get Evelyn in the next 2 weeks, M4, then I think I've been pulling for Jihari. I think I want to pull for the squid. Just because of the voice actor. Lucia, I'm not even sure, but she's a very good support. For people who doesn't have Astroya, then you can actually go directly for Lucia. Last and whatsoever, Withering Waves. Next week, we're gonna have the new update, which is the Dark Tide, which is the final chapter of Renacida. I already said it, that I want to pull for Galbrina, and they're having 2 dramas. They actually have 2 dramas on this gacha. So, first of all, because of the events are not combat related. They're just like pretty much like normal events that people are complaining about, and they want combat because the only thing that you have in common is just the holograms, and that's pretty much it. Your daily content, your endgame content, and I understand people pull for the character and then they want to use it in combat, just like in Genshin Impact. Like you got the endgame, you got endgame content, and you got the events that you can use the new characters. Especially now since Genshin Impact has a new region using the new lunar related elements, it's absolutely very amazing. Something that in Wuthering Waves they're failing to. That's the first drama. And the second drama is the Galbrina versus Cartethia. Guys, this is no spoilers, and I'm gonna say it, but Cartethia will die. In parentheses, I'm gonna put in parentheses, because there's a meaning why Cartethia has to die. If I want to give you a more context situation about what happens to Cartethia, I can do a video about it, but just to give you the hints, follow 2.2, follow 2.4, 2.5, and 2.6, and you'll understand why Cartethia has to die. In parentheses. Because people are overreacting that they're gonna get their favorite character killed. And I was one of those. I was very, very concerned. I saw the leaks, and once that I understand what happened, I said, oh, okay. I say, oof. And if that happens, I think that the Wuthering Waves, Kuro Games building will be in total flames, because Cartethia is a very beloved character. And I understand. You got Cartethia in Florides, and pretty much it's a very exciting, gooning, and amazing character. I'm gonna say that. But guys, don't worry. She will be alright. For people who are concerned, she will be alright, okay? The last hint I'm gonna give you is, if have you seen Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, where Harry had to die so Voldemort can actually be killed? Take that as an example from Cartethia and the main character. I can't say the boss because those are heavy spoilers, but just think about that. And I'm not saying that it's spoilers, because Kuro Games has released those kind of like tarot cards about foreshadowing Cartethia's death, Galbrina and Cartethia fighting, and then there's another card called Hope, where Galbrina and Cartethia are together in sister arms. Like, they're pretty much clashing their sword and their weapon because they are allies. So that's why I was not worried, because I said, oof. From the beginning when I saw the leaks, I was just like, man, this is so freaking bad. And then later on, I'm like, oh, okay, I understand. So just connect the points, connect the story, and you'll understand why Cartethia, in parentheses, has to die. Why I say the in parentheses? Because there's a meaning about that. And one more hint. Galbrina can actually absorb the Dartai energy. That's the biggest hint that I can give you. But that's nothing more than I'm going to say. So, ending the video. Next week, we're going to do if everything, for what I understand, is going to be alright, I'm going to be pulling for Galbrina. I don't know if I want the weapon. Because the weapons are guaranteed, but the character, well, I have the guarantee, so Galbrina is not a problem, but pulling for the weapon and adding money, I don't know. Maybe it's the first time that I want to add money, especially since the next patch, it's going to be a Cartethia rerun. So, well guys, that's all. I'm sorry that I have to do it. I think I wanted to take it out of my chest because people are very, very, but very, very controversial with the Galbrina versus Cartethia situation, and I just wanted to clarify. No, your waifu will not die. She will be alright, but there's a reason why she needs to get killed. And I already said the example of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. Voldemort is the enemy, and Harry is Cartethia. And if you understood that story about the Holocrux and all that kind of stuff, then pretty much you're gonna be alright. You'll be fine. One last thing I want to talk about. As you can see, I'm a little bit better. Okay? I had a weakness, very hard weakness of my anxiety and depression. I went to the doctor. I went to a psychologist. They did give me some medications. And it was. Let me just silence this for a moment. Because this is actually serious. I'm actually a good guy. Okay, I'm a very good guy. And I've been enduring a lot of things in my life, bullying since high school, stupid things in my life that happens, and then I get to the point about, hey, why am I existing, or anything like that. We get to that point of a crisis existential, or crisis existencial in Spanish, because I cannot pronounce that in English. And we get to know, like, hey, what's going on, or or everything's alright or anything like that. But yeah, I'm actually good. I'm a little bit fine now. I'm not 100% cured, but just to give you an idea that don't go to that path. It's very, very scary when once that you get into that zone that the entity is closing you, and depression will literally kill you. I don't care if they censored the situation, the video, or anything like that. I just want to actually give you the point that don't fall into the dark side of the entity. It's horrible. It's horrible. So the medications are actually doing fine for me, and I'm actually doing fine. So for people who were concerned about me, I know that if you're just here specifically for the video, I'll just point a timestamp that if you want to skip it because it's not relevant, just skip it, no worries. But for the people who are actually here for the videos and the subscribers, I really appreciate your support and your help, especially one people or two who were concerned about me. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. But I'm alright, okay? No worries. I'm alright. I'm actually a bit more cheerful, and I will continue to do videos. No worries about that. Well, except that my computer will continue to be alive, so that's just a part. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it. I'm sorry if it took a little bit of my time. There was two things that I wanted to take out of my chest, and I'm pretty happy about it. Okay, guys, that's all. I'm sorry, I did have my new motto. It was live today so you can live a better tomorrow. I'm sorry, the motto is new. I have to write it down now. But yeah, we're good to go. Good luck if you're going to be pulling for the Glen pulls, and remember, we're going to have a Matt and Lucia skin later on, so don't forget about that. Okay guys, that's all. See you guys into the next video.